Good evening everyone once again and welcome back to TT_Project Cars. This is Season 4, Round 3 for the Formula Renaults here at Silverstone Grand Prix Circuit, and I of course am Gemstead14 going to be taking you through the action here tonight. Should be getting underway very shortly indeed, so I'll rattle through the drivers and the constructors standings. Crusher does lead the way in the Luigi Motorsport number 12 car on 106 points. Andy in second, we're missing them here tonight, so plenty of drivers can take that second place here tonight. Andy in second on 71 points in the Team Panasonic livery car. McKinney in third in the Team Rappaolio car on 68 points. Sinclair in fourth on 64. Alan Kay in fifth on 62. Aguilera in sixth on 54. Charlie in seventh on 47. Mays in 8th on 45, Casper in 9th on 38, Molly Matt in 10th on 31. Constructor standings coming into round 2, very close at the top. Team Panasonic lead on 135 points, Luigi Motorsport 4 points behind on 131, Equipe d'Omberville on 101, Renault Sport on 92, Team D-Box on 83, Team Rappaolio on 68, Team Sharifsa on 31, and Team Fanatec still yet to score any points, as is the reserve team. And of course, we are here at Silverstone Grand Prix Circuit, 3.66 mile in length, 18 turns. Again, it's an overcast livery, an overcast day here in Britain. Typical British weather if you do live here like I do. Of course, we are coming into this race. Molly Matt does have a qualifying ban, as I alluded to on the previous stream, and he has already been given notice that he won't be qualifying here tonight. So if he does serve up his qualifying ban immediately, then that is him out the way. Hopefully we don't see him out on track. In the meantime, Crusher is the first out of the pits in the Team Luigi Motorsport car. Crusher out of the pits early. McKinney and Aguilera come out just in behind as well. And it really is going to be a short, sharp and snappy session here for these Formula Renaults. These Formula Renaults are doing a 146.8 round here. I'm not sure how good that might be in terms of Crusher. I think it is quite a dire lap time, to be honest, judging by my standards certainly. So we will see what the guys will do out on track, but just as a bit of a baseline, a 46.8 from me here, and that is with a whole host of assists because I hardly drive on this game, to be honest. Crusher though, through the first minute of qualifying already, these guys pretty much halfway through the lap, through their essential out lap at the moment. Crusher will be coming out to start his main lap shortly. Hopefully you guys are tuning in and enjoying the stream once again here so far. I'm just going to check the comment section, see if I've missed anything here tonight. Good evening to Maze. Yes, the Penguins are out in force once again, and Crusher says let's go. Yeah, let's go indeed. Of course, Crusher will be the first to set out on the track. No pressure at all. Trying to speak to us, I think, through the thingy. But in the meantime, Crusher through Stowe, now in towards Vale and Club once again, with 16, 17 and 18. The new final corners compared to Cops, which you'll be seeing in the old turn 1, and just before that of course was Woodcut, the final corner on track. Crusher though starts off his lap and now comes down towards Abbey and Farm, through turn 1 and then through turn 2, looking very nice through there. Through Farm he goes, now into the village section at turn 3. Hard on the brakes, down to 62 mile an hour. These cars of course do have DRS. If you do see the car, that white little line where the speedo on that is, that's when he's using the DRS. Deploying it down the straight now is Crusher down towards the end of the first sector. Of course we can't really give any first sector timings, but that looks very quick. Through the end of the first sector into Brooklands and now into Luffield, and then through Woodcut, through 6, 7 and 8. Crusher through Luffield, very tight, 6 it nicely to the apex. Now through Woodcut at turn 8, the all final corner, and then down towards the old turn 1, which is Cops, down at turn 9. Halfway through the lap now, and then it's the fearsome Maggots and Beckett's to come. Pretty much lifting off just by about 10 mile an hour through there, Crusher similar to what I did. Charlie's already set a banker lap of a 2:13.3. That is a glitch, by the way, that hasn't been fixed on this game, so just to point out that. Crusher now through Maggots and Beckett's, on the exit of Beckett, now through Chapel and onto the Hanger Straight. Once again through the second sector split, looking very quick, I've got to say. Norwegian is on fire here tonight. Down into Stowe, and then into Vale, which will be the final 3 corners. Into Stowe now, really attacking that apex nicely, and it's just slightly wide for my liking. Now into Vale, and then into Club for the final time on this lap. Crusher Bro into Club now, through 17 and then through 18, really attacking the car on the outside. Let's see what this lap is. Looking very quick indeed. Crusher Bro sets across the line with a 42.1, so even my best line time has been beaten here. That's why I don't drive. McKinley for you about to come across, well, Aguilera in fact about to come across the line to set a lap. The Spaniard, 48.3, similar towards my sort of time that. So I would be probably around the mid-pack here, to be honest. McKinley for you has got a car right on the back of him. That was Sinclair coming across the line and behind him. So McKinley for you on a 150.3, about 4.2 seconds behind Sinclair there. So Sinclair's gone second, Aguilera third as a result. Charlie will be coming round into the final couple of corners soon. He has lost his front wing actually, Charlie. Lost it somewhere out on track. Casper coming across the line, has invalidated. Just picking up on that rest feed down the bottom right. Theo Daly coming around the final corner. Alan Kay just slightly losing the back end through the final corner. Now nearly halfway through qualifying already. So this is short, sharp, snappy qualifying here. Alan Kay across the line to finish, to go into 5th position. 54.6. Theo Daly now across the line, goes 6th with a 59.8. Of course you will see plenty of improvements. Charlie back into the pits as a result of his front wing damage. It is Crusher Bro who still is out on top. Charlie of course making that pit stop. So really the top 6 are out on track. Casper out on track. We'll go back on board with Casper in the meantime very shortly, but I just want to see Crusher Bro, see if he's improving here. 42.1 so far from Crusher Bro, the Norwegian, the defending champ, slides out the back end. Might just lose a little bit of time through there. Crusher Bro across the line. Does he improve? Yes he does. 41.6, so even quicker goes Crusher Bro, and that's not how you take turn 1. Gets caught on the inside of the curb there, flings you off nicely there, and Crusher Bro goes for a bit of a spin. Sinclair is on a lap though in the meantime. Aguilera just ahead of him coming across the line. Does improve, 9/10 of a second, within 1.3 seconds now of driving. 4 minutes to go. Molly Matt is sticking to the rules and staying within the pit lane, which is good to see. Mays also is in the pits and still not yet to set a lap here out on track. We'll go back on board with Casper, who is on that lap. He's just out of Stowe, now into Vale and Club. We're through 16, then into 17 and then into 18. And of course marking that Crusher Bro, the 41.6. Casper now the Finn coming around the final corner, looking very nice indeed. Casper across the line. What's he going to set? Doesn't set any sort of lap time. The lap time again must have been invalidated. The Team D-Box liveried car there. Casper not really doing great out on track. We're just right on board with him in the meantime. I'm going to ride on board with somebody else. Charlie just came out of the pits, so he is not on a lap. Theo Daly now coming around the final couple of corners. Now through Club at turn 18. Not getting on the curb, which is good to see. Theo Daly across the line does improve. And he's gone 15 seconds roughly off Theo Daly there. 56.6, good lap time there from Theo Daly. In the meantime, of course, not as quick as Crusher Bro, but of course Crusher Bro pretty much miles above the rest of the field here. And of course we do have a random grid race to come, which could spice up the championship hopefully. This is what these guys be hoping for. And in fact Crusher Bro has got place grid penalty, which is very interesting. That's just popped up on the race feed and on the red warning next to his number. That is due to pitch lane violation. So obviously he's spin. Oh, Theo Daly goes for spin into Luffield there. We're right on board with McKinder for you though in the meantime. 50.3 currently for McKinder for you. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here out on track. Crusher Bro back into the pits. He's picked up a great place grid penalty due to, I think, speeding into the pit lane. That's probably why he has picked up that. McKinder for you, however, improves up to 4th with a 47.7. So nice lap there by McKinder for you. Gets within the realms of Alan Kay, who was just coming into Stowe now. How's the Irishman looking on this lap? Let's have a look. Mays is back. Mays is out of the pit and about to start a lap. Casper is also on the lap, I do believe, as well. We'll go on back on board with him shortly. But Alan Kay now through the final couple of corners, trying to focus on everyone pretty much through this session. Alan Kay now through the final corner. Does he go ahead of McKinder? No. 7/10 off Must be hoping to improve on that lap time of a 47.8. And if I've got to be honest, he's just got to try and take a little bit more speed into the corners, then brake just where the braking points are, and then ensure that he gets the best possible exit. That's where I think he might be going wrong, and that's where I think he can probably find the time there as well. Aguilera, in the meantime, is through the middle sector. Casper has set a lap time, by the way, 48.8. So he has gone into P6. Aguilera, though, in the meantime, the Spaniard through the middle sector, might have invalidated this lap, actually. We'll just fight on board with him for now. In that Dumbreville liveried car, similar to what Charlie was running, of course, if you are familiar with the Racing Roulette last time, the last stream that was, of course, hosted on this. Aguilera goes for a spin, and that is probably his qualifying now done. Mays on a lap. Or Mays, in fact, on an out lap, I do apologise. So Crusher will be starting second regardless of if he improves or not. He will be starting second regardless. It's not like a case of, oh, well, if I've got a second penalty, of course I'm going to be out in front. That doesn't work in qualifying. Oh, that only works in the race. Only works in the race. Mays now through the final corner. He's got 15 seconds to get round on this lap, and he will have a bit of buffer time as well. So Mays across the line now to start that lap. Molly Matt still in the pits, served up his qualifying ban, which is good to see. Thank you very much to Molly Matt for serving up his qualifying ban, the Italian driver, of course, as Casper has just improved up in the 5th position, 47.7 for Casper. He's very happy with that, very happy indeed. He cuts turn 1 and probably into turn 2 as well, and he goes straight on, and that's not what you like to see. He's gone straight into the wall. Mace then on the lap in the other team box Team D-Box liveried car. Casper, of course, on 38 points. Mace on 45 points, so there is a bit of team stake at... I'm trying to think of how to word this. There's a bit of stake, to be honest, between Mays and Casper. They're quite close within the championship. Through Woodcut, Mays runs wide, actually. That might be... I think he's got away with that. Of course, he would have put it on the right-hand side of the race feed. Mays on the lap here, though, in the Team D-Box liveried car. On 45 points. He's only 2 points off Charlie. Only 9 points off Aguilera. So that's how close we are talking about here in terms of the points. Mays now through the final couple of corners. Onto the hanger straight he goes, outside of Beckett, and he is... Thought he was backing off that lap, but he's still going, though. Crutchbow with a 41.6, of course, not improving. Sinclair has gone second in the meantime. Alan Kay's gone third, actually. The 46.3, so very nice lap there by the Irishman, which we didn't go on board with. I do apologise about that. I just want to see these two guys now coming into the final couple of corners. This is Mays and... who is this? Is this Sinclair? Yeah, Sinclair right in the back. So both of them going to be coming across the line. Mays lets Sinclair go, and the Scotsman better come across the line. Does he improve? Yes, but he doesn't improve his position. He'll be starting first regardless, and Mays about to come across the line now to end off the session. So that's qualifying over and done with here in the Formula Renaults. 15 minutes worth of racing. Crusher Pro will be starting second, so Sinclair on pole, Crusher Pro in second, Alan Kay third, McKinder for you, Aguilera, Casper, Charlie, Theo Daly, Mays, Money Matt starting from the back. Thank you to him for serving up that qualifying ban. And Sinclair will be starting on pole position. This is going to be quite interesting to see how this race does pan out. And I do apologise if we have to and ride on board with... I'm going to have to go on board for the start, because the camera angle last time was quite shocking, to be honest. Matteo coming in and saying hi to Crusher. Not the worst position on the grid. Yeah. So it's the second best on the grid. That's how you got to think. It's the second best on the grid. And knowing Crusher with his start, he should get going. Of course, the likes of McKinder for you, Aguilera, Casper in behind as well as Alan Kay. It is all going to be quite interesting indeed. There is the trackside cam. It seems to have fixed itself slightly. It's now zooming in, so I do apologise. I might have to take this start from on board Crusher Bro. And I'm going to have to. Crusher Bro better start us up then. And it is. Right turn, away we go. Crusher Bro gets a very good start. That's the right man to be on board with. Crusher Bro then takes the lead down into turn 1. Alan Kay's going into second place early as well. McKinley for you and Alan Kay, Sinclair that is. McKinley for you's made a terrific start. Into second he goes, but Crusherbull already leads the way. There's no contact in the background, I do believe. Everyone clean through, and Crusherbull does lead the way. McKinley for you in second, Sinclair in third, Casper fourth. Alan Kay on the inside there. Casper hunting around the outside, gets the move done to LaFin. Ran the outside and he's into fourth position. Runs very, very wide there. And there's a spinner, Charlie. Oh, and there's been a collision. That was Mays, I think, getting involved in that as well. Unfortunate for Mays, he had a bit of a spin. Silently, Charlie was spinning out of control. I don't think, wrong position at the wrong time there for Mays. That's an unfortunate collision there. Crusherbull does lead the way though, down towards Cops for the first time. McKinley for you in second. Nearly 5 seconds already the gap. You can really tell how Crusherbull has lighted up the start here and is lighting up the current positions out on track. So Crusherbull currently leads the way. McKinley for you in second. Alan Kay now into third. Casper into fourth. So Casper's actually lost that position. Alan Kay up into third position. Aguilera's down to fifth. Molly Matt is into sixth. So the Italian getting up into sixth position from 10th from the start. 4 positions gained there for Molly Matt. Running wide in the background there is Casper. Not liking these cars, it seems, at all here tonight. Molly Matt getting hunted down. Alan Kay hunting down McKinley for you. We'll go on board with Sinclair though, who has lost a whole deal of ground. He's trying to launch up the inside now of, that is Theo Daly. Theo Daly keeps around the outside. Sinclair struggling through Stowe. He's going to continue on into Valeline Club once again, but leading the way, Crusherbull has got pretty much the pit straight to himself. McKinley for you in second, 7.8 seconds the gap. Coming across the line, and that is Casper into the wall. I'm not sure if that was a moment coming out of club or if that might have been on purpose. I don't know if that was, it's hard to see. I did come on board with that late. I think he might have just lost it on the curb. So Casper out the race in dramatic style. Mays and Charlie into the pit as a result of their damage. Crusherbull does lead the way, however, with, as my controller messes up slightly, Alan Kay trying to hunt down McKinley for you for second. This is the closest battle out on track, so we're right on board with this until anything gets a little bit closer. McKinley for you now being hunted down by the Irishman of Alan Kay. And Alan Kay having a great race so far, much better than his performance in the Racing Roulette. Of course, he will want to put that to bed and put a good performance here tonight, and it looks like Charlie has disconnected from the race as well. So Charlie disconnects. I really don't see the point in people coming up to try and show and race and then disconnect. I think it's a bit unprofessional if I've got to be honest. And of course there is points at stake, so you've got to make sure that those points and the consistency is there. But Crusherbull does lead the way. McKinley for you in second, Alan Kay in third, Molly Matt and Sinclair now looking quite close. The Italian trying to come across there on the Scotsman, who I think the Scotsman has got the straight line speed down the hanger straight. Sinclair around the outside. Molly Matt doesn't decide to fight that. Sinclair is through and he's up to fifth position. Molly Matt taking onto the grass through Stowe, rejoining, not in a dangerous way at all there, just rejoining quite safely to be honest, but just committing a bit too much speed for my liking if I've got to be honest. Sinclair though, now, with Pirro out, that is Alan Kay dropping down. Alan Kay now down to fifth. So, Alan Kay I think has made a mistake. He must have made a mistake there for him to lose position also to Aguilera and to Sinclair. So Sinclair now into fourth, 2 for 1 for Sinclair. He's up into fourth. Alan Kay in fifth, Molly Matt in sixth position. Theo Daly in seventh, the Mays continuing round, ever consistent in 8th position. But Crusherbull does lead the way by 13.5 seconds coming into Brooklands and Nuffield once again. We are nearly 5 minutes through here in the Formula Renaults. Crusherbull dominating affairs out in front. Got that start. We rode on board with them, of course, with the start because of the dodgy camera angle. And Crusherbull obviously leading the way. Molly Matt just having a bit of a moment there in the background, I do believe. Alan Kay now trying to hunt down Sinclair once again. About a second separating these two out on track. Sinclair and Alan Kay to fly through Cox once again. We're on lap 3 already. Going to be getting plenty more laps out of this race compared to the Racing Roulette that we had just a couple of minutes ago. Alan Kay does lead Molly Matt in 5th position at the minute. Molly Matt, of course, in 6th position. spot quite condensed, if I've got to be honest, between 2nd and 5th. 2nd and 6th, separated by about 7 seconds. It's not that much. If you make a mistake, it's really not that much at all. And McKinley for you, holding off against Aguilera for now. Go back on board with Sinclair. Sinclair seems to be the quicker out of these 4, if I've got to be honest. These 5, including Molly Matt in 6th position. Now just splits away into a bit of a 3-way battle for 2nd now. McKinley for you in 2nd, Aguilera in 3rd, Sinclair in 4th. And as I said, I think he's quicker out of these 2 in front. And I think Sinclair is going to be hunting around for possible 2nd position out on track. He could be looking for best of the rest here tonight. But Sinclair, got to make sure he puts in the performance to deliver that. Aguilera now getting closed down. Team Panasonic want the points. Of course, with only 1 car here tonight. Andy not here as a result of his commitment to work, I do believe. We wish him well, of course, and hopefully he returns next week. Sinclair, Aguilera defends that inside line. Sinclair wanting to try and power into the corner through Brooklands. Just get caught on the curb there, slightly. And 6/10 now the gap breaking between Aguilera and Sinclair. So Sinclair just lost a little bit of time over that run on the curb. Sinclair now hunting down Aguilera though. McKinley for you is trying to hunt away in 2nd position as well. He's about 2 seconds nearly ahead of these guys. Aguilera and of course Sinclair in 4th position. Got Alan Kay in 5th still, Molly Matt in 6th, Theo Daly in 7th, and Mays and Nathan, of course, Crusherbull still leading the way. But there's only really a second separating these 3 guys now as Sinclair has a moment. Oh, and he goes for a spin. He's trying to catch it through the exit of Beckett and into Chapel. Not quite. He's going to be losing goodness amount of position. Can he make up that ground before the end of the race? It looks unlikely, but I wouldn't discount him out to do so, if I've got to be honest. If he joins in 6th, he's about 4 seconds behind Molly Matt. If he can eat into that advantage already, then Sinclair, of course, will try and hunt him down once again and hunt these guys down, but it's going to be a mountain to climb now after that mistake. Halfway through then in the Formula Renaults for round 3 of the championship. This is race 1 here tonight, quarter random grid race, 15 minutes worth of racing still to come after this. And you're on board with Mackinda for you, who is getting hunted down by Aguilera, the Spaniard, now in 3rd position. Aguilera hunting down Mackinda for you, as I've just said. About a second separating these guys, 49.1s for both of them last time around, setting very consistent laps. A bit too consistent, if I've got to be honest. 6/10 of the gap coming down the Wellington straight, now into Brooklands and Luffield once again. With 7 minutes to go, it is Crusherbull who does lead the way. McKinley for you in 2nd. Hopefully everyone enjoying the stream. Aguilera in 3rd, with Alan Kay in 4th. And Alan Kay seems to be getting a little bit closer now to the Spaniard, just in front. You can tell it's about 2.2 seconds the gap. That gap was about 3 seconds the last time I looked. So Alan Kay is trying to hunt into this once again. Only Matt in 5th. With Sinclair now in 6th. He is hunting him down. Oh, Molly Matt has taken... Goodness me, he's gone miles wide coming through Cox. He rejoins just in front of Sinclair, but he's got to make sure. And honestly, you've got to be honest that these penalties might be racking up from after this race. Sinclair running back there with Molly Matt. The battle now commences for 5th and 6th. Sinclair dodging and dicing, trying to find a way through Molly Matt. Trying to defend this nicely. Sinclair in the slipstream, having to go all the way around the outside. It's still to be a great move if he pulls it off, and he's already pulled it off. Sinclair right around the outside into Stowe. Fantastic stuff. Much more committed on the power on the exit of the corner, and Sinclair up into 5th, and he's only 6 seconds off Aguilera. This is still possible for 2nd place as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Molly Matt once again runs wide, keeps on applying the power through there. If I've got to be honest, he might be racking up a few penalties, and the stewards might be having a bit of a busy look at that. Crusherbull 29 seconds out in front. Aguilera in 2nd. Aguilera in 2nd, I should say. Alan Kay in 3rd now as a result of Mackinda for you making a mistake. So Mackinda for you has made a mistake. Alan Kay now into 3rd, and a 54.2 does reckon that there is somebody flying through the background of shot, possibly spinning. I don't know. That might have been Mays on the other side of the track, actually, trying to hunt down Crusherbull, who I think... In fact, Crusherbull is trying to hunt down Mays, so it would have made sense there. Aguilera and Alan Kay. So Alan Kay now in third, sees himself, as a result, didn't catch on board with what happened to Mackinder Few. I can only assume he's made a mistake somewhere out on track quite early on in the lap, which has seen Alan Kay up into third position, and that 7 seconds difference between the timings last time around definitely suggests that to me. So Alan Kay tries to hunt down Aguilera, the gap still 2 seconds. Gap just extending out slightly, just slightly. It's now about 2.2 seconds, that gap. Mackinder For You in fourth, but there is Sinclair right on the back of Mackinder For You. It's less than 6 seconds separating between Sinclair and Aguilera, so second to fifth separated by about 5 seconds out on track now, and Sinclair definitely got the hammer down. He's going quicker than the guys in front, and will go on board in fact with the Scotsman as he runs through Bale and Club once again. Onto lap 7 he will go on to, trying to hunt down Mackinder For You. That's really right on board with this, and I'll shut up for a minute as we go flat through turn 1. Oh, you can really hear the engine noise through there. Sinclair trying to look for a possible move here on Mackinder For You after the result of this mistake. Into the loop section they go through turn 4, and Sinclair really hunting him down. Team Panasonic car, fourth and only represented by the one driver here tonight. Andy missing in action, but Sinclair, as Aguilera has made a mistake for second, I do believe, unless that gap has just increased a hell of a lot, which I think it has on Crusher Bros. And Sinclair goes for a bit of a spin. He recovers it this time, and he still stays on the back of Mackinder For You. That was a good recovery there by the Scotsman, trying to hunt down the breath of Mackinder For You, and I've got to be honest, that was great stuff. Sinclair now hunting him down, about a second separating Aguilera and Alan Kay, just in front of this as well. Both of them run wide of the apex coming through Cox. The old turn 1 of course, that is through turn 9, then into 10, 11, 12 and 13 of Maggots and Beckett's, then through 14 at Chapel, and into 15 at Stowe. Sinclair right on the back now of Mackinder For You. You're going to ride on board with this. He run down the straight. Sinclair, a little bit of a run onto the grass slightly there for Mackinder For You. Gives Sinclair a bit of an opportunity to try and go around the outside of him. And he gets the move done. Round the outside he goes. Traction is out there on the outside, and Sinclair is up to fourth position. Can he make further inroads? Remains to be seen. 5 seconds of the gap. I highly doubt he's going to get onto the back of Alan Kay before the end of the race. Mackinder For You still trying to fight back into club. Sinclair though maintains that position. Molly Matt has picked up a penalty. As I said, a second penalty there for Molly Matt. Might be more if he's been extending the track limits, which I have seen him on multiple occasions do, both in the racing roulette and in the race, in this first race so far. He's just got to be careful on that front. But Crusher Bull will lead them on towards the final lap. It will be the final lap next time around. Crusher Bull will lead the way. Aguilera in second, Alan Kay in third, Sinclair in fourth, Mackinder For You in fifth, Molly Matt in sixth, Theo Daly in seventh, who has lost his front wing actually out on track. He's still going low round out on track. And May is still running around in eighth position after that unfortunate bit of contact between himself and Charlie. Charlie just spinning out in front of him. Mays think he tried to recover his own mistake. He ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Charlie spinning out in front of him. There was no way that could have actually occurred to be a different outcome. And Mays now in eighth position as a result. Crusher Bull then starts onto the final lap of the race, and he leads by a very, very increased margin. Theo Daly runs round into the field there in seventh, but Crusher Bull has done the job here out on track. Everyone else seemingly going to be staying as they are, I do believe. Aguilera is 2 seconds away from Alan Kay in second. So Aguilera in second, 2 seconds ahead, I should say, of Alan Kay in third position. That is Sinclair though, right on the back of Alan Kay. I said that he might not be able to catch him before the end. He has caught him before the end. My goodness knows what he can do. He pulls this. Let's ride on board, back on board with it. Let's ride back on board with him, I should say. With Sinclair, right on the back of Alan Kay. The Irishman being hunted down by the Scotsman. Takes a little bit too much curb there, but gets a nice exit off. Attacks the apex again nicely. I tend to find when I've been trying these cars, certainly the apex actually makes you lose time rather than gain time. on these tracks. I think there's a couple of these cars as well. Ups into 6th gear, Sinclair now down into Brooklands once again. Alan Kay takes a wide out line, tries to hunt deep into the apex there. Sinclair though right on the back. Crusher Bro is about to come around the final corner, I do believe. So we'll go back on board with that in just a little while as Crusher Bro now makes his way around into the final couple of corners. Mez is just coming through Stowe as well, I do believe. So Crusher Bro coming around the final corner to take victory once again. And Crusher Bro wins here in the Formula Renault Series. It's all kicking off though in behind. Aguilera in second. Alan Kay still staying firm to the challenge of Sinclair. As Sinclair is on the back of him, coming into Chapel now on the exit of Chapel, then onto the hanger straight once again. Aguilera will be getting second. Who will be getting this third place though? Alan Kay just seems to be doing enough at this stage. The Irishman just got enough speed to repel the raid of Sinclair, who tries to go inside, very deep. Next up the corner, Sinclair, now on the back of Alan Kay. Is he going to try and lunge it into Vale? He is, he's going to lunge around the outside. My voice is going. Alan Kay is kept around the outside of Sinclair, and Alan Kay will finish in third position. Aguilera across the line in second. Alan Kay in third, hangs on by the grimmest of margins. Sinclair in fourth. McKinnon for you was catching in the end as well in fifth. Molly Matt will be coming across the line in sixth. Mez has already finished there in eighth position. Molly Matt will be coming across the line in sixth. Italian has struggled relatively out on track, especially with his track extensions galore. Molly Matt now coming across the line in sixth position. And Theo Daly, and of course Molly Matt has picked up that second penalty. Just to recall, it's a 2-second penalty in fact for Molly Matt, so he's came across the line in sixth. Theo Daly continuing round, this is good from him. I think he drove around most of this race without a front wing, so Theo Daly coming across the line in seventh. Credit to him, he'll be coming across the line in seventh and pick up valuable points. And that's the end of race one here in the Formula Renault. Still one race, 15 minutes worth to go. Crusher Bro wins from Aguilera in second, Alan Kay in third, Sinclair in fourth, McKinnon for you in fifth, Molly Matt in sixth. Theo Daly also picked up a 2-second penalty late on in seventh, and Mays finishing in eighth position, a lap down as a result of the early contact with Charlie, and Casper also disconnecting from the session. If I've got to be honest, you've got to be in it to win it, and that's all I'm going to say on that front. But 15 minutes worth of action left to go. Nothing changes. As I was saying during the stream, it was just an unfortunate bit of contact. Charlie got a spin in front of you, and you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I've got to honestly say that I did catch on board with it, so there is plenty of footage there that we can look through and gain as part of that. And hopefully there won't be any qualifying glitches like last week, certainly. Qualifying has already been turned up, which is good to see. We're not having the thingy. Charlie has joined back, which is good to see. So we are back up to 9 drivers instead of 8, which we were going to be having. But 15 minutes worth of action still left to go here in the Formula Reynolds. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. I have, certainly out on track, even though there's not really great battles for the lead or anything like that in terms of Crusher Bro dominating the race. The mid-pack has really been our focus of attentions here tonight, and I think it is going to be the same once again here at Silverstone, as it is overcast once again, typical British weather. I mean, we'll get going once again for 15 minutes worth, the last 15 minutes worth of action for round 3 of the championship here in Project Cars for TTG, and hopefully, as I say, everyone has been enjoying the stream so far. I can see a lot of love on Twitter. Lots of retweets happening there as well. First up are the monsters, the Group 5 cars. They were monsters, quite literally. Through the corners, the drivers seem to go up quite well with those cars. Of course, the Formula Reynolds, our main ship series here in Project Cars. And I've got to say, this has been a popular series this season. Good attendances. Driving, maybe debatable. I'm just going to say that, not criticise at all, but I'm just going to say that from my perspective anyways. But we are going to get hooked going here, as I say, for 15 minutes worth of action for Project Cars 2 and the final race of tonight. Hopefully my voice lasts. I can tell it's going a little bit. I haven't got a lolly or anything with me. If I have, it's an apple one, and I don't like apple ones at all. I'm going to have to have a love heart to try and keep me going. Get the sugar within me. We are about to get going here though. 15 minutes worth of action left to go. The lights are on. We go green once again, and what are the starts like? Pretty good starts. Charlie's got a good start from the line. Molly Matt, Crusher Ball already up the inside, possibly 3 wide into turn 1. That's never going to work, and there's contact already. Never going to work that down the inside, and I do believe that might have been Crusher Ball going up the inside. I do apologise if it was. Maze is disconnected as a result of that contact. Theo Daly, I'm not sure if it was Crusher Ball or Theo Daly, one of the two was going down the inside. It was 3 wide going into turn 1. How silly can you be, really, if you're going 3 wide into turn 1? Aguilera's been caught up in that, McKinnon for you has been caught up in that as well, and it leaves Charlie out in front by 4/10 of a second. Molly Matt, oh, Charlie just losing it through Brooklands. He rejoins track in a safe manner, but he has lost 2 positions as a result. So Molly Matt leads the way with Crusher Ball now into second, Charlie in third, with Alan Kay into 4th position early on. Good to see Alan Kay right up there once again. A little bit of lag going on with Theo Daly, he's in 5th position. With Sinclair in 6th, McKinnon for you in 7th, and Aguilera in 8th position. But Crusher Ball has taken the lead of the rest from Molly Matt. So Crusher Ball leads the way. So I'm just trying to shoot through this loop part. Crusher Ball just lead the way out on track. 1.3 seconds to gap. But Crusher Ball does lead the way by 2 seconds as it comes into still once again. Molly Matt is in 2nd, Charlie in 3rd, Alan Kay is in 4th. Bit of a slide going on there from Alan Kay. Recovers the car nicely. Sinclair trying to hunt up the inside of him. Intervale just snaps him back in slightly. Trying to go on the undercut. Sinclair, Alan Kay gives him the room. Sinclair's through. Sinclair gets the move done. Good reading of the situation there. Alan Kay with the speed off and the traction off the final corner. It's going to be side by side into turn 1. Good respect. That's how you should take turn 1. And Alan Kay is into 4th position. Sinclair into 5th. McKinnon for you 6th. Aguilera is into the pits in 7th. And Theo Daly has crashed. Was that when he was coming into the pits, possibly? Theo Daly is going backwards out on track. We'll have to turn round. I've seen something similar to that in Project Cars on Gavra before, and somebody going backwards towards the pit lane. He has got 3 wheels. He is going to try and get back into the pit lane. No, he's going to have to continue round. So that is out in the final corner, in fact. So Theo Daly, it's going to be a long way home from him. And it's a shame. Aguilera is going to be even getting out of the pits in front of him as a result. Crusher Ball leads the way through Cops once again for the 2nd time. It's Molly Matt in 2nd, Charlie in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th position. Trying on board actually with Sinclair. Sorry, Sinclair in 4th, Alan Kay now in 5th. Sinclair now hunting down Charlie once again. Looking for 2nd best once again, Sinclair. A few unfortunate spins that he had in the last race, of course. But to come down the hanger straight once again. Sinclair right on the back of Charlie. It's 5/10 of a second separating the team Dunberville against the team Panasonic liveried cars. A reminder, coming into tonight, other constructors, equipped Dunberville on 101, team Panasonic on 135, so 34 points separating these guys. In terms of the constructors, Charlie on 47, Sinclair on 64, so only 17 points separating those guys in a driver's standings as well. Alan Kay has made a mistake, I do believe. He's lost the position to McKinnon for you. Alan now down in 6th position as a result of a mistake. Sinclair on the back of Charlie. 4/10 of the gap. Aguilera is out back out of the pits, by the way. Theo Daly is still continuing round, and he is only there. He's only there. At least he's keeping out of the way, which is good to see. He's only going around with 3 wheels. That's been the story, really, of the contact that has been seen, and of the physics model, really, within Project Cars. Oh! Charlie goes for a spin in front of Sinclair. Both of them are waiting up. Sinclair waiting up for Charlie. He's floored it. He doesn't want to do anything to do with that. I think Charlie just spun in front of him. Sinclair made the contact, thought he could wait up for him. Has cost him time now, though. Sinclair, I think, should have just tried to go on with his own race. Charlie has rejoined in 6th position, and he is about 3 seconds behind Charlie at Sinclair at this stage. Crusher Pro does lead the way, 12.5 seconds to gap. Molly Matt is into Chapel and on to the hangar straight once again. He's in 2nd. McKinley is now into 3rd as a result of all these mistakes. Charlie into 6th. Alan Kay has got past him, so Alan Kay now into 5th position, trying to hunt down Sinclair. McKinley in 3rd at the minute. Muppet, in the Team Muppet Oleo livery, of course that is. On number 20, that is, for McKinley as well. Now comes through Bathing Club once again. Trying to keep my voice going, by the way. I haven't got any drink or anything beside me, so I'm having to have love hearts to keep me going. So if you can hear my mic rattling, or if you can hear me eating while commentating, it's not a professional thing to do, but I seriously need it because my voice is going. Couldn't for you in 3rd position at this stage, Sinclair in 4th, Alan Kay in 5th, Charlie in 6th, Agoleth 7th, and Theo Daly still limping round. I think he can go into the old pit lane, coming out of the old pits. Pretty much there, Theo Daly. He's still going around there in 8th position. But Sinclair trying to hunt down McKinley for you. And Alan Kay is getting onto the back of him. It's about 1.5 seconds roughly. Oh, Alan Kay drops the back end through Luffield there. And again, Alan Kay makes a mistake as a result. Crucible has been setting fastest sectors, I think. That was as a result of early on in the race, that was. Crucible 30.1, yeah, that wouldn't have made sense. But he is out there, out in front, in that team, in that Norwegian motorsport car, dominating the first once again, with 8 minutes to go. Crucible's on 4. 3 wins again tonight, sweeping the weekend once again by the looks here at Silverstone. Bonnie Martin in 2nd, McKinley View in 3rd, with Sinclair in 4th, Alan Kay in 5th, Charlie in 6th, Agwell 7th, and Theo Daly, who still hasn't made it to the pits. He is going down into Stowe pretty much, down near there. Bonnie Matt just nearly flat out through turn 1. First time I think I've seen that tonight, actually. McKinley about 3 seconds down on him, coming into the village section once again. Oh, and McKinley drops the back end. Plenty of drivers seem to be losing the back end. McKinley definitely wants to try and get this hell on track. He knows the danger of Sinclair. Both of these are quite close to each other. 4 points separate these guys in the championship standings coming into tonight. And Sinclair, with 7 minutes to go, now right on the back of McKinley as a result of a mistake. Molly Matt is beginning to come back to these possibly as well. So Sinclair on the back for another podium possibly here tonight. Oh, what a recovery. McKinley spins. Both of them having moments there. Theo Daly has made it into the pits finally. A long drive back into the pits for him. But if he keeps on going, he will pick up the points, of course. He does finish the race. Sinclair is in 3rd position as a result of McKinley. Both of them sort of did the same thing, dropped the back end. Sinclair did recover it really nicely. McKinley spun on the exit of Luffield, and that's why you saw him drop down to 5th position now, because Alan Kay is now 1.5 seconds once again behind Sinclair. As they run down the hangar straight once again, 6 minutes to go. Crushable leads the way by 25.5 seconds. I repeat that again, 25.5 seconds. Molly Matt is in 2nd, with Sinclair in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th, McKinley 5th, Charlie in 6th, Agwell in 7th as a result of early contact, and Crushable is in 8th position at this moment in time. Yeah, May saying nothing changes every week this happens. Yeah, every week it does happen, I'm afraid. There's not really much I can say, to be honest, apart from what I've already tried to voice on stream. Of course, the stewards and myself have been appointed a recent steward in Project Cars, and will have a look at any footage that does come through of any incidents and be sure that the hardest possible penalties could be given as a result of the actions tonight from a few drivers out on track. But Crusher does still lead the way, 30 seconds the gap. Molly Matt is in second with this battle for third. 1.2 seconds, both of them have stayed pretty much the same in terms of lap time. Sinclair only beginning to pull away slightly, by about a tenth of a second, if that. Crusher has been second fastest laps, by the way, 42.5 last time around. And he is actually about to come across the line once again. He has been second fastest sectors. Can he set another fastest lap here? Yes, he can. Sinclair lost the back end slightly, I think must have been out of cops, because Alan Kay is now over the back of him. We'll go on board with, that is not going on board with, that's a cockpit cam. In fact, we'll go back on board with them, yeah. Alan Kay now down the inside on Sinclair. He's up into P3, so the Irishman makes ground there, gets the inside line, gets the move done. The Irishman now into P3 and responds to the error made by Sinclair there. So Alan Kay now into third, Sinclair down into fourth. So we approach the end of this race. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go roughly. Crusher still leads the way by 33 seconds actually. Molly Martin second, Alan Kay is now in third. Sinclair running wide again. Just seems to be his back heel here tonight, to be honest. Sinclair not really handling the car as greatly as what could have been expected. Molly Matt and Aguilera, however, have picked up penalties. I'll just pick that up on the stream now. Second for both. Molly Matt has got a second. Aguilera has got a second. So they're both in second and seventh, at this moment in time. Sinclair now tries to hunt down on Alan Kane. Molly Matt, as a result of his penalty, Alan Kate's really, in theory, 2 seconds away from him. Coming out of the field once again. Power's out of the field as well, against the time on the exit. It's about 3.6 seconds, so it's about 2.6 seconds the gap. Both of them, by the way, have been picked up as a result of track limits, so that's why you're only seeing a second penalty. If it was in the pit lane, like you saw with Crusher Bro in qualifying all that time back, he would have dropped a grid penalty. Of course, that was in qualifying, and he would have picked up, I think, a 10-second time penalty if you speed into the pits during the race, just to pick up on that. Aguilera on the back of Charlie though. Charlie and Aguilera both in the very similar liveried cars. Aguilera in the Equipe Dombreville car, and so is Charlie as well. Both of them teammates, of course. Charlie now being hunted down by his teammate Spaniard on the back, but I'm going to focus my attentions on a developing story here as Molly Matt has spun out the final corner. Molly Matt has spun out the final corner. Oh my goodness me. Oh. Goodness me, Molly Matt takes the wide line into turn one, completely cuts turn one. No business really of trying to stay on the track there. Quite weird, to be honest. Again, near contact made there between Sinclair. Sinclair did so well to actually avoid that. Aguilera now into sixth as a result of Charlie, I think, making a mistake. So Aguilera now into sixth as a result, which leaves Alan Kane to second, Sinclair in third, Molly Matt now in fourth, McKinnon Hughes in fifth, Aguilera, Charlie and Theo Daly, who's still going right out on track, which is good to see. Still going there out on track. Crusher Bro, by the way, is coming out into the final lap of the race. Crusher Bro will lead onto the final lap, not like he spun in the racing roulette. He's through turn one. Listen to the engine through that. Absolutely beautiful engine note through there. Alan Kay coming into Maggots and Beckett's once again. And Alan Kay holding on into second place with Sinclair in third. Molly Matt is in fourth, but now being hunted down by McKinnon for you. He has to take avoiding action, and McKinnon for you. Don't think he was happy with a little bit of blocking there, to be honest. McKinnon for you responds and gets past him. Molly Matt with the better exit. But without the front wing, that car is going to be very hard to even control within a straight line, and you can really see how hard he's going to work down the straight. McKinnon for you is into fourth. Molly Matt into 5th. Job done for McKinley, who gets the move done eventually. And he's passed. But Crusher Bro coming into Cops once again. Oh, beautiful engine though, again through Cops. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Alan Kay is in 2nd. Sinclair is in 3rd. Alan Kay will be holding on to 2nd as long as he doesn't make any sort of silly mistakes. Molly Matt has picked up a time penalty for track limits, and I'm honestly not surprised that he's picked up that. He's picked up 1 minute and 8 seconds worth of penalties. Don't think I've ever seen that amount given, but there you go. 1 minute and 8 seconds has been given to Molly Matt. Down 7th as a result of that. That's what you get for track extending, and I can't believe what's just happened. Crusher Bro has dropped the back end through Stowe. He makes a spin. He has a spin out of Stowe. Luckily, the guys are only coming down towards Cops. Crusher Bro through the final couple of corners. He's going to take another win here once again. Crusher Bro across the line to win, and it's an easy win at that. Crusher Bro wins once again, but I was going to say a battle for 2nd developing, but Alan Kay has pulled away very strongly from Sinclair. Sinclair's obviously lost time over the course of this lap, and Alan Kay has drove very strongly in 2nd place. He's 7/10 up on his personal best as well. He's really setting the timing screens alight here. Should be setting a personal best lap, hopefully, if he does control the car nicely through Vale and Club. Alan Kay through nicely there into Stowe. He will be picking up 2nd place. Sinclair will be picking up 3rd. McKinley 4th. Molly Matt is still going around out on track. I think he's got enough time to 5th position, but of course with those penalties he is going to be in 7th. Alan Kay across the line. Very good performance, very good showing in that race from Alan Kay in 2nd. Consistency is the key. Sinclair coming across the line in 3rd. And again, not the weekend that he might have been hoping for, but still very consistent results. He will be right up there in the standings as McKinley has dropped it out the final corner. He's lost his wheel as well. He's got to get this to the line before Molly Matt decides to, and he will be getting across the line in 4th. That's not what you like to see. Car coming across the line with 3 wheels. McKinley across the line in 4th. Molly Matt is in 5th. Aguilera will be coming across the line in 6th, but of course with Molly Matt's excessive penalties, Aguilera will be coming across the line in 6th. Charlie will be coming across the line in 7th. And of course Theo Daly's already completed, so Theo Daly's already completed in 8th. Charlie will be coming across the line to finish in 7th. He keeps on revealing of anger, I would imagine, there from both their performances here tonight. But Crusher Bro takes it. Alan Kay's in 2nd. Sinclair in 3rd, McKinley in 4th, Aguilera in 5th, Charlie in 6th. Both of them jump up as a result of Molly Matt's 1 minute and 8 seconds worth of penalties. Theo Daly, ever the consistent, ever the trier, and Theo Daly has finished in 8th position as a result of his, let's just say, moment earlier on in the race. And I'm very glad he got round into the bit. I'm very glad he's competed because, as I like to say, and I've probably said it quite a few times on this stream, consistency is key. But that is the end of the action here in the Formula Reynolds tonight. I've been James Head, of course, your commentator. Always Stoll, says Crusher Bro. And that rhymed. That rhymed. Just to talk you through the schedule coming into the rest of the week. Of course, tomorrow night we have got the TTL F2. So that is going to be tomorrow night from 8 PM, I should say. Sorry, you will be having me in the commentary box for that. And of course, we do move on. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe we move on to Hungary this week. Yeah, we do move on to Hungary this week at the Hungaro Ring. So we're going to be going there for this week's action. Can't wait for the action to unfold once again for TTL F2. Wednesday, there's no mini league or anything like that, so Wednesday is a day off for us. Thursday is Kevin McGinley and Andy back in the commentary box for TTL F1. Friday, TTFL with Mark, and then we do it all again next week, of course. But for me, James Head 14, bid you farewell. I'll see you tomorrow, guys, for TTL F2. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.